Hello, 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 hello. Ken here. Welcome back to Magic Duels Origins. We've got one story left to tell. We saw Gideon's. We saw Chandra's. We saw Jace. And then we saw Nissa. And that just leaves this young lady in the middle. Liliana Vess. Your corner of the plane of Dominaria. Dominaria, there we go. Your corner of the plane of Dominaria is embroiled in a war that has consumed your family. Your studies of healing magic are useful, but the ravages of war draw you to the forbidden arts. After all, why should any tool be off limits in such times? That seems reasonable. Surely, this is war. We have to do whatever we can. Okay, so here we go. So, the young healer Liliana, her brother Josu, has returned from the battlefield and he's mortally wounded. You're desperate to save him and are told of a healing potion by the mysterious Raven Man. But instead of curing him, the potion transforms your brother into an undead horror intent on killing you. Oh no, what have we done? We've given our brother this cursed half-life. Josu the Cursed. And now we have to fight our own brother. Our own dying, undead brother. Okay, we got a carrion crow flying. Comes in tapped. Don't know about that. Gravedigger, this is a good card. When you play it, you can pop a card out of the graveyard back to your hand. So this is what I was talking about. With Black loves to... Let's draw a new hand. Oof, one land. Don't fancy that either. I don't fancy this, but I also don't want to draw 5 cards. And we do have a creature we can play. And if we get one more, then we can sacrifice the creature to draw 2 cards. So let's keep it, I guess. I don't like this though. Okay, so what Black kind of traditionally loves putting stuff in the graveyard. It loves doing stuff with -1 counters or, you know, stat lowering counters. It has a lot of creature removal, just straight destruction. It likes sacrificing creatures, either its own or forcing the opponent to sacrifice creatures. So we can sacrifice a creature to destroy a creature. We don't want to do that. Black Cat, when this dies, the opponent discards a card. That's another mechanic Black's kind of fond of, is forcing the opponent to discard cards, or sometimes discarding its own cards for special effects. And discard's a fun mechanic that you don't see a lot in a game like Hearthstone. They were actually, I only found out the other day, they were planning to implement a bit more of it, but found it was kind of slightly too powerful with the game the way it was. But I think discard is a very potent effect, and it's quite a fun one to play against. Okay, this guy's got lifelink, so when it deals damage, the opponent will gain that much. Oh, there we go. We've got a skill quest. We haven't had a skill quest for a while. I feel like we'd almost run out of mechanics. But here we go.
If your creature with lifelink deals damage, you'll gain that much life at the same time.
Good to know.
Lifelink, often to complete this skill quest, use lifelink
to help you survive
your opponent's attack.
Okay, well, we'll use lifelink to survive our opponent's attack. Okay, here they come. Now, this is going to deal 3 damage, or will kill us. But if we block 1, 3 damage gets through. This guy, he'll die to the 3/3. But because he deals 1 damage to that 3/3, we should get the life back. Now, all damage in Magic is dealt simultaneously. So we get the life back before anything else is played. So, or before we die. So even though we went down to 0, all the damage is dealt at the same time. So the healing comes in and heals us back up to a safe amount. And there we go. 1 flying damage, can't be stopped. Boom. Got ya.
Outstanding. The damage from the unblocked Cyclops would have defeated you.
But it didn't, because we're rad as hell. And we're not going to take it anymore. Okay, let's hope we draw a land. Oh, brilliant. Fantastic. We even got a creature we can play. Alternatively, we could destroy this. I don't think we want to destroy this yet. Get this black cat out. Now what we can do is we can use Altar's Reap. Sacrifice this guy. And the -1/-1 will trigger. Now I don't want to attack here. Because this guy has the potential to kill two things. Because he can deal 1 damage to an opponent, and he can also okay, great. He can also put a -1/-1 counter on something. So he can kind of kill this guy just for free when he kills something else. The Barony Vampire, nothing too fancy. Ooh, vampires are a lot of fun. I really liked vampires. They were a big thing in Zendikar, which is when I started playing. They're a lot of fun. Like, really a lot of fun. Now we could sacrifice a creature and kill this guy. And that's okay. Or we could Bone Splinters. I think we sacrifice the creature. And I think maybe do we take the cat out first to stop, because this guy is not too threatening. I almost want to make them discard a card, because that's gonna be potentially more devastating. Gosh, this also has the potential to kill the 3/2, which I kind of like. Okay, let's take the black cat out. You discard a card. We'll get to see what it is, I guess. A swamp. That's actually, although that seems a bit dull, it's probably quite good for us. And there we go. We could actually use our Bone Splinters. We'll be able to play creatures next turn. We could use the Bone Splinters to kill both of these. That might be a good thing to do. We choose this creature to destroy. Gotta make sure you do that the right way around. Choose this creature to sacrifice. This guy dies, and we give -1/-1 to this. Boff, boff, boff. Nice little bit of synergy there. Gotta love that. Fantastic. And that's the end of our turn. Now the problem with this is kind of like it is less true than in Hearthstone, but clearing the board and leaving an empty board gives your opponent it hands the tempo to your opponent, because they get to play the first creature on an empty board, which means that we're reacting to what they do. Ooh, the Highway Robber steals 2 life from us, and they gain 2 life. Kind of cheeky. Okay, but we'll play a Carrion Crow. I don't think we need to destroy it with Bone Splinters. We could do, but we got a flying 2/2. This guy's just a standard vanilla 2/2. I don't think we need to destroy that right now. We should save our other Bone Splinters for something more potent. I liked it last turn because the 3/2 was kind of a little bit threatening. It would have had the potential to deal a lot of damage. Okay. I feel like these things are a bit weak. You know, 2/2 flying for 2 mana is probably actually like fine. I don't think it needs to enter the battlefield tapped to be balanced. There you go, we can play another one. This guy can hit for 2, or we can keep him back to block. But I think it's probably worth going in, because we've currently got more of a board presence. So we're going to be dealing more damage. We want to put a little bit of pressure on. Oh, hello. Oh. Got answers to all our stuff. It's no good. Josu the Cursed, making light work of our Carrion Crow. Now sadly, because this is a sorcery and not an instant, we can't cast it in response to that, because then otherwise we could have sacrificed our creature in response. Whereas this thing was an instant, which is why the opponent was able to play it on our turn. Right, well, we need to hope we get a big draw here. I think that discard, it didn't help that much because they still had more swamps. Ooh, the Massive Ghouls, the 5/3. I've got a full art version of this. I think that was also Zendikar. They did full art versions of cards, and the lands are really nice. But they also did full art versions of creatures, and they're pretty fun too. God, I'm almost tempted to take this thing out just because it's so big. I think maybe we have to. I don't really like it, because I don't like to leave ourselves with nothing on board, but I think getting rid of the 5/3 is important. And otherwise, we don't really have a way to deal with it. Because we can't block it, or our creature dies for free. So we can, and if we block with 2/2, then sure, we trade with it, but we leave this 5/3 on the board that we don't have a response to. And that's even worse. So I think, the thing is, you can get black spells that are like 2-3 mana to destroy a creature, which would be nice. Oh, hello. This is a lot. This is going to be 4 damage, and they gain 4 life. Crikey. It's a bit scary. Oh, the Gravedigger. See, this is a perfect card to get, right? We play the Gravedigger. Boom, and we get to return a creature. Do we want one of these weaker ones, or do we want the Carrion Crow? Now, the Black Cat's actually quite potent, because it can force the opponent to have no cards in hand. But they're likely to play their card every turn now, because they've only got 1 card. The chances are they're going to be able to afford it. So every turn they're going to probably play out their hand. So let's grab the Crow. We can still afford to play it. Boop. There we go. And the nice thing about Gravediggers is obviously you can combo them. So I could, if we draw another one, and this guy's in the graveyard, we can return him, and then he can return another creature. It's all very good synergy. Oh, these highway robbers. Look at this. 30 life now. What is this, Hearthstone? Get out of here. I have 30 life. More worryingly, we've got 5 life, which is quite low. Might have to block with our Gravedigger here. We've seen that. I clicked don't show again. Come on, game. Shambling Ghoul enters the battlefield. Again, this is a 2/3 for 2 mana. That doesn't need to be. Okay, I think we need to keep our stuff back here. We need the blockers. This is a tough fight. I saw a little bit of this Liliana campaign, and it actually seems like one of the harder ones, because they give you quite weak creatures that you have to deal with. Okay, well, let's take out this guy who's got lifelink, because that's going to just keep swinging the health back. And then let's block one of these 2/2s. Also, that keeps our Carrion Crow alive, so it can block this other creature next turn. Although we'll probably use the 2/3, as that's a little more potent. Now, we don't need to play the Swamp this turn. We might as well keep it in hand. It's a good bluff card, even though we're not really bluffing against the AI. Okay, we can attack with our 2/2, I guess. There's nothing the opponent can do in response. Black doesn't tend to have charge, or haste, I guess is what we're looking for. So it's unlikely they're going to be able to attack with 2 creatures. And no, it's not. I mean, it is a good idea to play a land on each of your turns, but we can only play 1 a turn. I doubt we've got anything that costs more than 8 lands, 8 black mana, so we might as well just keep it in our hand and make the opponent think we've got some kind of special instant. Bluffing out the opponent is, in real Magic, is actually a great tactic, I find. Okay, we can attack with our 2/2 again. We can kind of start chipping away. The Shambling Ghouls actually turned out to be pretty good for us, because it's preventing this guy from attacking. Ugh. There's the last kiss. Upsetting. Very upsetting. All our hard work undone, and we've still got 3 life, which is not a lot of life. Like, the opponent might just get another one of those spells that deals damage equal to the amount of mana you pay or whatever. And then we're just dead. Okay, good. Another swamp. That's fine. Oh, what is this? Thankfully, we've got this other Carrion Crow. Well, now we've got 2 swamps. We might as well play 1. It's sometimes, again, if this was a real game, it'd almost be worth holding 2, just as a bluff. We're going to keep pinging in for 2, and hopefully we can wear this guy down. It's not going to be easy, though. This is a long drawn out fight. I find this is often the thing with Magic, is sometimes it will be long and drawn out, sometimes it will just completely swing one way. Each other player loses 2 life. Ugh. Oh, that's going to kill us if we don't get rid of it. And this is the problem, is this is Magic, so we can't attack into a creature like you might in Hearthstone, for example. Cruel Reviver. Oh, that's perfect. We've got zombies in our thing, so we can use this. Destroy target non-zombie creature. Please don't be a zombie. Human Spell Shaper. Fantastic. We definitely want to kill this guy, because otherwise this is going to kill us. Now we can return any zombie. You're a zombie. I'll have you, Mr. Gravedigger, if you please. I'll play this swamp. Play our Gravedigger. And oh, hey, we get to return a creature. Look at that value. Oh, this is black. This is where black kind of excels, and we're still in a tough spot here. We're still kind of dead to any direct damage that gets drawn, and we're not attacking very quickly as well. So this is intense, but for the first time in the game, we've got a bit of an advantage. Okay, another swamp. That's good. It's not a card that's going to damage us. Play this Carrion Crow. Fantastic. And I guess we swing in with the one we've got. We could attack with the second thing. Do we want to do that? Like a worst case, the worst case is that they trade, and then we don't have to worry about there being another creature on the board. Okay, even if he kills the Gravedigger, we can combo it back to our hand the next time we have removal. This opponent doesn't appear to have ways of getting it back. Right, so now, hypothetically, we could attack with everything if the opponent doesn't play a creature. Still hoping we don't run into one of those damage spells. Oh, the Urborg Siphon Mage. This is the scary one. Don't like you at all. Oh, we don't have a way to deal with it either. Okay, well, looks like we're going to have to... So here's the dilemma. It's tempting to attack with this and try and get him to block it, but that doesn't actually work because this guy here doesn't have to block. He just takes the 6 damage, hits us in the face with this guy. Oh, he can't hit us in the face and tap. Actually, that's interesting. So he can only do one or the other. Now, there's no reason... Well, I suppose he doesn't want to discard a card. Maybe we should attack with all. Just in case he blocks, because it's an AI. We take 2 damage almost either way. Okay, I think we have to do it, even though it's kind of risky. I don't think there's a play that's not risky here. Nope, not going to block. Sensible. That card could just be the death of us. Here comes 2 damage. Nothing we can do about it. But didn't use the discard at least. There's the Barony Vampire. Okay, we need something big. We need life gain or creature removal. Is the solution here, and we don't have it. Okay, so sadly that's us gadedded. Although I guess we'll play it out because maybe they won't use maybe they won't be smart enough to use the feature of... I guess we have to attack with one thing. Keep one back. I presume that they'll just use the discard to deal 2 damage to us, but we'll check. Maybe the AI is not on point today. We can only hope. Nope, that looks like a discard to me. Liliana, no! Okay. As ever, starting out the campaign with a loss. I feel like the deck they give you at the start really is often just a little bit too weak. And that's been the case across a lot of the campaigns, so we'll see how it goes. I think we can definitely bash this out. Come on, Josu. We did have a really bad starting hand as well, which didn't help. Okay, this is much better. Look at this. Got 2/2/3s. We've got a Gravedigger. These are 2 mana cards. We can play those. Don't get anything out on turn 1, but that's fine. Yeah, it really does feel like you kind of got these slightly weaker cards, and you have to do a lot with them by bouncing them back to your hand, and that's how this Liliana deck works, which I guess is, you know, flavourful given her path that will follow in this quest. I don't want to spoil it too much, but I don't feel like I think it's pretty clear cut from the early description, and if you know anything about Magic, that she's, and you know, just in general from the tone of this, that she's getting into necromancy. She's a healer, and she's like, hey, sometimes we can't heal people. Maybe we could just, you know, bring them back instead of healing them. Well, not instead of healing them, I mean, we can't heal them, so. Right, now we don't want to sacrifice our 2/3 for a 1/1. This is going to be pretty even, because we deal 2 damage here. And then the opponent can deal 1, but then they heal for 1, so it's still a 2 health swing. Hopefully we're going to, but the advantage here is we do have 4 damage on board. So next time we'll be able to hit for 4. And the tempo will be in our favour. Okay, great. You gonna play something? No, no play. Okay, that's fantastic. Now we could play the Gravedigger, tempo Gravedigger. I actually don't think it's worth it. I think it might be better to hang on to this. I would not be surprised here to see something happen to one of these guys. I'm hoping it doesn't, but given that they have 3 mana untapped and 6 cards in hand. No damage, nothing happening. Great. Well, that's good news. We can commence the beatdown in that case, which I'm pretty happy about. I love how this guy's just been choked out by some zombies or something. I don't really know what's going on there. A bit like they're being choked out by some zombies. Still swinging the health back, even again, but not attacking this time. That's interesting. Another shambling ghoul. No messing. Right, well, we've got the Gravedigger in hand, so I feel like we can be fairly aggressive here. Even if they double block a thing, we'll just be able to get it back next time. Okay, let's kill the 2/2 rather than the 1/1. Even though this guy's got lifelink, I think getting rid of the 2/2 is better for us. Okay, great. And we'll be able to Gravedigger that back and play it again next turn. Well, we probably won't actually, because that's a combined cost of... It's a combined cost of 6 mana, so if we draw a swamp, we'll be able to do it. If we don't draw a swamp, we'll only be able to bounce it back to our hand, but that's still better than nothing. Oh, here's the mass of ghouls. Okay, now this is where we might want to use the bone splinters to trade out one of our 2/3s. Or in fact, we might want to do it on the Gravedigger once we've played him, because he's only a 2/2 anyway. Once he's served his main purpose of returning a card to our hand, he's a little bit less useful. We could play the Shambling Ghoul. I actually don't think we want to. I think it's probably more important to get rid of that 5/3 right now. Creature to destroy, this one. Sacrifice this one. Because we can always bounce him back with another Gravedigger later. Great, and then we can whap in, do our business, take this guy down, show him what for. That's right. What you got, Jesu? Jesu? I think so. Great. This is all going pretty well. Hope you guys are enjoying this series. I don't know what to do once I finish the campaign. I don't know if there's if it's worth me trying to like play some online games. I don't know. I don't feel like I'll have enough cards to do much online, but then I don't know how many people are going to have like complete OP decks, because I haven't really looked too much into it. It actually doesn't look like there's that many cards in this game, which is a bit of a shame, if that's true. Ooh, hello. Vengeful Dead. Whenever this or another zombie dies, each opponent loses 1 life. Sounds pretty good to me. I'll definitely take that. Play this shambling ghoul. We can attack in here. It's okay if one of these guys dies, because he'll still deal 1 damage. Thanks to our Vengeful Dead. Vengeful Dead, of course, the angrier, more malice-filled cousins of the Grateful Dead. The Grateful Dead are a lot more upbeat and relaxed and cheerful in their ways. This is kind of like if they'd taken a different tone and gone down like the thrash route. The old Vengeful Dead. But they're swinging in here for 4. Interesting. They got loads of mana up. Could see another creature come out here. Consume Spirit. Okay, so this is the old health swing. Going straight for face. That is quite a big swing, although it doesn't really... It might have been better for them to just kill one of our creatures in the long term, but at the same time, it's been pretty effective just to do that. I think we need to kill this 3-2. We can't leave it up now. But what we should do is we should attack first, because we can get 2 damage out of one of these guys before we blow him up. And we will blow up one of the 2-3s, because I think having a flyer is more useful. Destroy you with you. Sorry, Mr. Shambling Undead, but you've been very useful. You dealt a good chunk of damage. Now it's time for you to go have a rest in the ground, and maybe we'll see you later. Oh, there we go. Kraken. Kraken? Good job. The Cruel Revival. You're a non-zombie. Let's do it. Destroy you, and we'll have... I guess we'll have the Gravedigger back, because we can always get something else with him. Got to play the long game here. Even though this game may be over soon, I still think it's good to play the slightly longer game, because we can play this and another creature next turn. Try and grind the opponent down. There's the last kiss. Taking out our flyer, which is a bit of a shame. Gonna ping in us for 1 again. Not much we can do about that. Oh, another highway robber. That health swing is when you've got a lot of them, it does add up. I still don't think it's worth 4 mana to do that for a 2-2, but there's some value there. There's certainly some merit to it. Let's play this. We'll I guess grab ourselves the Vengeful Dead guy, or should we grab the Carrion Crow? Carrion Crow is a flyer, so maybe that would be a better thing to have, because it can deal with that flyer before it kills us. We get it out this turn. Oh, we can't get it out this turn. Well, we'll get the Carrion Crow out, the other dude out. We'll be able to get the Carrion Crow out just in time to keep us alive, I think. Okay, we can attack with both of these, even though it might mean we have to trade our Gravedigger on the block. I think it's important that we keep dealing a lot of damage here. Try and force a block out, or try and force them into a situation where they feel like they can't attack us. Oh, not the Consume Spirit. Oh, this is unbearable. We're dead again. Wow. Okay. This is rough. This is I'm kind of glad I left this campaign till last. This is like the final boss. Let's go again. We can do this, I believe. I have faith in the light. Just don't pour that liquid in his mouth, love. Don't do it. Look, she's so sad about her dead brother. I wouldn't listen to a guy called the Raven Man if I was healing. It's like, oh, I need some help. My cousin needs healing. It's like, who? I was like, oh, I know a way. Who you? I'm the Raven Man. That's you don't sound like a trained doctor. No, you can trust me. I'm the Raven Man. Now you did say that, but I still don't think you don't sound like a trusted medical professional to me. I know about ravens. I wonder if he does. I wonder if he just looks after ravens. Maybe he gave us some raven medicine. He misheard us. We said, oh, my brother's mortally injured, and he heard my raven's mortally injured because he's so intensely thinking about ravens all the time that that he just presumed, well, you must be talking about ravens. Why would you not be talking about ravens? Who's not? Why would you care about anything else being mortally wounded if it wasn't your raven? Ravens, ravens, ravens. I'm the Raven Man. The raving man. He just loves raves. That's what it actually is. Just really into going to raves. Okay, this is great. We got a good board of stuff. We can get the carrion crow out. There's a flying threat. We got a 2/3 here. We could attack with it. We'll take 3 back if we do, though. I think we actually don't attack here. Hold it back, kind of in a stalemate with this chap. Because he could just not block it and then hit us back for 3. Oh, here's the Urborg Siphon Mage. It's a really good name. Urborg Siphon Mage. I like that a lot. I remember there was, I think there was a card called like Tomb of Urborg or something. As one of the, might have been one of the weird land cards you get later on. Okay, we got options here. This is an instant. Okay, great. So we can attack here, and if he decides to block, we could sacrifice our creature with the instant and draw 2 cards instead. That might be worth doing. Nope, not going to do it. Okay, great. In that case, we'll just play another Shambling Ghoul. We'll build up our board. We don't need to draw 2 cards. There's not too much point using a card draw when you're not going to be able to play the cards. Unless if you have no other options, then obviously play the card draw. But there's no point drawing cards that we're not going to play this turn. Whereas next turn, if we don't have anything else, we can start with the card draw, and then hopefully play something that we've drawn. Hopefully here we'll get a swamp and we can play Cruel Revival. Nope, no swamp. Okay, so here now, there we go. So here we don't have anything to get back with Gravedigger, so we can play the Altar's Reap, and maybe. Oh, actually, we shouldn't do it now. We should attack first. We should play the Altar's Reap, and then maybe we'll get something to play out of it. Let's attack with all. We can always not going to block. Great. More damage for us. Then we can get rid of one of these guys. Although we might only draw something else the same to play, I think it's worth doing to kind of give us more options in the long game. Also, we'd have drawn those for 2 more turns and still not had any land, so hopefully now we're a little bit closer to pulling out some land that might be useful. This is a really aggressive game, which is kind of good because it will go quickly. Oh, scary. This is really close. We're being very, very aggressive. The Vengeful Dead? Can we kill them with a Vengeful Dead? No. So here's the thing, is now we need to keep these guys up as blockers, I think. Because otherwise we're going to take lethal damage. So I think we actually have to not attack here, because we need our blockers. And we can't deal lethal damage. This is a tough fight. This is a real tough fight. Okay, just attack him with one thing. Or we'll just block with one thing. It's okay. It's actually maybe worth blocking with 2 things there just to be sure in case he kills one of them. Oh, please stop doing this. Why did you keep doing this? That health swing hurts so much. Still no swamp. We can kill this thing, which might be the thing that keeps us alive. So let's play the Gravedigger and then kill that. Can we afford that? No, we can't afford that. Let's not do that. No, I did it. I thought I'd put it back in my hand. Damn it. Okay. That's upsetting. I tried to put it back in my hand, but I think you have to like right click to let it go. You can't do it the traditional way, as it were. Oh, why are you doing this to me? This is unbearable. We're never going to beat this. This is the ultimate test of our skills. This is just our undead brother. This is I mean, he's undead, so like we're finding it very difficult to drag him down. I'm still not sure. Like, if he's attacking us, why is he being sort of stopped by these little necromancy dudes, these little zombie dudes? Okay, this is a good hand. Good aggressive hand. Got some shambling goblins for turn 1. We're not even going first this time. What's that about? Game's like, okay, clearly you're no good at going first. So we're going to let Josu do it instead. Look at this, turn 1. Play on curve, that's what it's all about. Actually, in this engagement, that might be what it's all about. Getting the tempo in our favour. Got to force him to not be able to attack us. Dangadrome Imp. That's fine, we don't really mind trading with that too much. Boom, the Shambling Goblin. We might as well attack here because this thing is going to swing over us anyway. So there's not really any benefit to us just blocking. Might as well swing in, see if we can get a hit. Try and do the dirty. Okay, we traded, that's fine. It's worth noting, and this is important to note actually, that this says target creature and opponent controls, right? Now this is important because if it just said when it dies, target creature gets -1/-1, you'd have to use it. And with nothing else on the board, we'd have had to target our other Shambling Goblin. But because it says an opponent controls, the alternative is sometimes you'll see a card that says like, when this dies, you may put a -1/-1 counter. So then you have the option. But if it doesn't say you may, it just says when it dies, this happens. Then you have to do it. And so you have to be careful that you don't ever screw yourself over by bashing into it willy-nilly. Interesting, okay, doing that after the attack. Okay, doing it on the carrying throw. That's fair enough. Good bit of board control by the... This is the thing, is we don't have a lot of... All our board control is... Like this, Bone Splinters is cheap, sure, but we have to sacrifice a creature, and that's not necessarily something we want to do. Like, I guess we could do it here. But we'd be doing it almost just to do it. Whereas next turn, we hang off for a turn. We can use the Cruel Revival instead, which I think might be a better shout. Because again, we can get more value out of this goblin. In fact, this goblin can kill this thing by itself because it will deal 1 damage and then the -1/-1 counter. So simply by blocking this creature with our goblin, we'd be able to kill it. Therefore, like, these things trade in a block and it's okay to keep it up. Here's the old Consume Spirit again. Going face? No. Okay. That's kind of nice, because if it's not going face, and it's not swinging the game completely in the opponent's favour. Which is weird to say, because normally, like, direct damage I think is more potent. Direct damage to the face is more potent in Magic than I think it is in a game like Hearthstone. And there we go. So we dealt 1 damage. Give it -1/-1. Puts it down to a 2-0. Well, puts it down to a 2-1. But a 2-1 that's already taken 1 damage, so it has no health. We got this Cruel Revival. Sadly, there's nothing to play it on now, but that's fine. And here we go. You see, the opponent left the board clear. If we'd attacked and had this block and killed it that way, the opponent could have responded in their turn. But instead, we get the advantage. We get the tempo onto the empty board. And hopefully, we've got... This is a really good card, this Cruel Revival. In terms of what's in our deck, it's a really good card. Because it lets us remove a creature from their board and get another thing out onto our board, potentially. Shambling Goblin. Okay, I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use the Bone Splinters on the cat. I'm going to attack first. And I won't use the Bone Splinters if they trade, obviously, because you don't need to. But if they decide to take the damage to the face, then I'll use it to sacrifice, because the opponent doesn't appear to have many creatures. They're a little bit scared about using creatures here. But they're, sorry, a little bit scared about using the blocker, which implies he doesn't have a lot of creatures in hand and he's kind of scared about it. Also, we're going to make him discard whatever this is, so now he's completely top decking. Oh, what was this? I didn't even see what that was. I want to have a look at it. Harrowing Journey. Target player draws 3 cards and loses... Man, it's a good thing we didn't let him use that. 3 cards would have... Drawing 3... That's the thing. Drawing 3 cards, yeah, sure, you lose 3 life, but that could secure the game. Okay, sadly, we can't use this Cruel Revival, but it's okay, because it's still a good tempo card to have in our hand. Would have been nice to get a creature, but never mind. So I think we'll probably use this on whatever the opponent gets, because it will give us as much value. Like, even if it's a rubbish creature. Okay, so this is the thing. This is a pretty rubbish creature to use it on, but unless we draw an incredible creature now, which we didn't, we play this, we destroy this. We got a Gravedigger? No, no Gravediggers, sadly. Get a Carrion Crow. It's the biggest, beefiest creature we've got in our hand. And so even though it wasn't a great thing to kill, it gives us another card and it gives us another creature, and it swings the tempo a little bit more in our favour. So I was using it as much to return a quick card to my hand as anything else. Okay, the Highway Robber. Yet again, swinging the board. That's fine. We can use our Shambling Goblin. We can still attack with it, because if it's blocked, it still trades. So let's get in there. Go on, Shambling Goblin. Do your work. Do your dirty work. I'm determined to beat Jesu today. I can't let him take me down like this. I'd be so sad. We've never had an episode where we've failed to make it through a battle. Cheeky. Deciding to deal the 2 damage back to us, which is probably sensible in retrospect, but hey, what's wrong with you? You're looking kind of down to me. I'd love a Gravedigger right now. I think that would just be so good. So potentially dangerous. Okay, so we attack with the 2-2. Do we attack with the 1-1 as well? Sure, okay, I was contemplating using it as a blocker, but I think it's okay to attack with it, because next turn we're going to have a better blocker that lives against this thing, that forces him to not block, to not attack with his Highway Robber. And we should be in good shape. Another swamp. That's good. This is all good as long as they don't draw another one of those. Gosh darn. Okay, this is great. Let's use this. Gonna swing the board back even harder in our favour. Grab a Carrion Crow. We'll get it out on the board, because we need to start completely beating down Jesu before he gets another one of those cards. Because it would deal 1, 2. It costs 2 plus X. So X would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Deal 7 damage to our face and heal them for 7. That would be ruinous. Ruinous. I'm not standing for that. There we go. You're going to just use it 7 to face? This is risky. Like, that is quite a big swing. And if he gets another one, then he kills us. But if he doesn't get another one, we might just win. Maybe he figures that that's the only way he's going to win now, is to get lucky on the draw with those. Hoping there's not too many of these consumed spirits in deck. We already saw one get used on a creature earlier, and I'm pretty sure that was in this game and not in a past one. Every time the card gets flipped over, I'm like, oh god, it's going to be the guy. Okay, well, we'll leave a 2/3 up as a blocker here. Or we'll attack with everything. Do I want to sacrifice? No, I don't really need to. I think I should keep this for, because he might cast none of those whatever it's called, the discard chappies that removes your life. Okay, so we'll leave a 2/3 up to stop this guy from attacking us. Choosing to block. Okay, great. We kill this thing. And that's the end of our turn. Still don't have lethal next turn, sadly. Okay. Oh, Nantuko Husk. Why have we never seen this card before? This would be such a great card to have. And we haven't had it at all in this game. Great. Okay, so it's glowing red because we can sacrifice a creature to pump it up, but obviously it can't attack at the moment. So we've just got to survive. Just got to survive this one draw and hope it's not whatever it is, consume spirit. If it's consume spirit, then we die. If it's not consume spirit, I think we've won the game. I don't think there's any other comeback, even if it's a heal. The majesty. We did it. We made it, boys. We did it, Reddit. Let's do it. Sacrifice these creatures. Yeah, look at this. I'll just do it a couple of times. Just to show it off. See, it pumps up. 6/6. Boom. Attack with all. Now, obviously, these are 2 damage anyway, so it's not a big deal, but putting it in one creature can often mean... can often be some fancy tricks and stuff. Especially when you've got stuff like Black Cat, where you can sacrifice it, make the opponent discard. All very tasty, and we did it! Finally! The dark magic you've been exploring saves you from Josu, eventually. So there we go, that's what was going on. Managed to, like, save... get some of the other corpses to stop him. Your brush with death is overwhelming and you feel the world around you dissolve away. It's triggered our Planeswalker spark. Ignited it. A moment ago you were standing in the ruins of Vess Manor. Oh, okay, this must be... She's obviously like the daughter of like an important bloke or a daughter of an important lady. Or an important couple, I guess. Standing in the ruins of Vess Manor, but now you find yourself in an unknown cemetery on an unknown plane. By which they mean like a plane, like a world. Not like a Boeing 747. There's a graveyard on this plane. I'm sick and tired of these motherfucking graveyards on this. Okay. So next time, and it's going to have to be next time because this episode's taken forever, you discover that the plane is called Innistrad. Here you embrace the dark magic of necromancy in an effort to conquer death, which came so close to claiming you. Brimming with new power, you encounter the home of a hermit witch. Perfect opportunity to test your abilities. And I guess that's going to bring things to a close. Thanks very much for watching. I've been Ken. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. It's been a tough one, but we made it through. Thanks very much for watching. If you did enjoy it, be sure to pop that like button. Subscribe to the channel for more Magic Duels Origins and plenty of other games as well, of course. I've been Ken. Thank you for watching. Have a fantastic day and I'll catch you next time. Cheers!